all you associated gamblers and social media people bashers across the country. How you doing today? It's Sunday, March the 1st. We're into another month. So while I had some time today before Cal Expo and Balmoral start, I figured I'd do a video since I haven't done one in a few days. And when I don't do videos in a few days, you know, you got people asking, where's Dan at? What happened? Something must be wrong. His numbers must be bad. You know, and all that kind of stuff that they could come up with and think of something to bash somebody with. Because that's what people like to do. They like to bash people on social media. It makes them feel good. Well, guess what? I don't have time. I don't have time every day to do videos. But since it's a Sunday afternoon and it's overcast today in Las Vegas and it's drizzling a little bit, you know, one of those rare days that we get out here once in a while, and nothing going on, I figured I'd just do a little video and talk about the races, a few things, talk about some stuff, and let's get right into it here. So, okay, how'd you guys do in the contest over the weekend? I didn't do any good. Neither did my wife, who had an entry. You know, my wife figured, hey, she said, hey, Dan, I'm entitled to get an entry, aren't I? Sign me up, or I'll sign myself up, I should say, and, you know, I'll put some picks in too. Why not? Everybody else does it across the country. You don't think families have all putting picks in? Sure they are. You know, and some of them, they cheat and put the same name 5 or 6 times. But you know what? I got a single entry, and so does my wife. Now, is there anything wrong with that? So we put some picks in last night for Balmoral, and unfortunately, we didn't land anywhere. But I'll tell you this, speaking of the DNRS numbers, between the two of us, my wife and I, in the contest, we had 5 winners. 5 winners out of the 12 races, and 5 seconds. But unfortunately, you know, you got to put the winners on the right, you know, I got to pick my own ticket and put all the winners on it. My wife's got to do the same thing. And sometimes that's hard to do. But nevertheless, hey, that's how it goes, okay? But I'll tell you one thing, the DNRS numbers had the 5 winners and 5 seconds, okay? That's all I can tell you there. So, what else? Go on to the next contest and hope you get lucky, because that's all it's about, getting lucky. Because no matter how good you do, somebody always does better. Remember that. And you know what? Speaking of the contest at Balmoral last night, I was looking at the results after every race to see who's on top of the leaderboards. And lo and behold, going into the last race, I look up, and what do I see? The name of one of my former owners back in the 80s, and a close friend also, Phil Valiano, was sitting at the top of the leaderboard, tied with another gentleman for first place going into the last race. I couldn't believe it. My man Phil, I don't talk to Phil that much. I might talk to him once every couple of years. But he's still in Chicago, still in the same place, and we talk now and then by email. But I wanted to congratulate Phil. He didn't win the contest, but man, he gave it a big shot there. I emailed him and I told him, wow, I was pulling for you, old buddy. I saw you sitting up there second. He had DeLong in the last race. And he emailed me back and he said if one of his other second place horses would have just won, he would have won the contest. But that's how it goes in these contests. You got to get lucky. But old Phil Valiano, he used to own Surrender and a bunch of other horses he had in the farm. GT Bullet was his first horse that he claimed off of Mark O'Mara. We claimed GT Bullet for him off of Mark O'Mara. Made all kinds with him. And then he had Surrender, who I bought off of Mike Voorhees for $12,000, unraced as a 3-year-old. Oh, Mike had Hothead. And we were at Hawthorne racing that winter. And Mike comes up to me and says, hey, Dan, I got a nice horse you ought to buy. I go, really, Mike? What do you got? He goes, I got a 3-year-old, this horse Surrender. And he's unraced, but I got him trained down to 2.8. He's just about ready to go. I'll sell him to you because I don't need him. I got Hothead in the barn and he's 3. So what do I need Surrender for? So I said, okay, I'll come over and take a look at him. So I went over and took a look at Surrender in Mike's barn over there at Hawthorne. He was a nice, tall, black, long-legged horse, looked good on the slender side, beautiful stride, you know. And I looked at him. We got him trained down to 2.8, Mike? He goes, yeah, I got him trained down to 2.8. He goes, it might be all right for you, you know. I go, okay, I'll let you know. So I call up one of my owners, and it happened to be Phil Valiano. I called up old Phil, and I said, hey, Phil, I got a horse for you to buy. 3-year-old. He's staked out. We could put him in all the stake races at 3. And we might be able to make some money with him. Mike only wants $12,000 cash. Mike said cash, though. He wanted cash money. Don't bring me no check, because I don't want to report after that to the government. So bring me cash money, $12,000. So Phil said, okay, let me talk to my wife, and talked to his wife later on that evening, called me up and said, let's go buy him, Dan. So I walked over to Mike Boreas's barn, and I bought Surrender for $12,000. So we left Hawthorne, and then we went to Book's Farm in the spring of '85. That was when we were trying to purchase Book's Farm. We were stabled out there. We moved there after the Hawthorne meet. We moved out to Book's and took Surrender out there. And I trained Surrender down, and I polished him off. And, man, he was nice. Oh, what a nice stride old Surrender had on him. So, entered him to go. Qualified him. Qualified real good. I think he might have even won his qualifier. Put him in Now Winners of 1. I put Mark O'Mara up to drive. He win for fun. Now Winners of 1. Mark drove him. Now Winners of 2. Win for fun. Now Winners of 3, win for fun. Then I think Davey, I might have put Davey up when he was in Now Winners of 4, I can't remember, and he won there. He knocked off like 4 straight wins. So then I figured, okay, it's time for the stakes race. So spring championship at Maywood Park, in against Hothead, Used Oil, Laverne's horse, Fox Valley Genghis or something like that. I don't know, all those good 3-year-olds that year. Milburn's horse, Sean D.W. Yeah, all the top-notchers. Here's Surrender in against all of them. So it was the Maywood Championship, Maywood Pace or whatever it was in the spring there. Maywood Championship they called it, going for like 50 grand or whatever it was. Put Surrender in there, and they're off. Tony Silvano, and they're off. There goes Hothead for the lead. There goes Used Oil on the inside, and Sean D.W. They swing up the backside, headed for the quarter. Off stride is Surrender. Surrender has made a break. And what happens? They go all the way. Surrender catches back on. I don't know why he made that quick little break. Davey drove him that night too. Davey was up on him. He made a break. Dropped all the way back to last. He was about 18 back at the quarter. They swing around the far turn. It's Hothead with the lead. Used Oil on the inside, Sean D.W. Here they come, turning for home. It's Hothead, Used Oil on the inside, on the far outside. Here comes Surrender flying. They hit the wire. Hothead, Surrender, Used Oil. What? Surrender makes a break at the start of the race, 18 or more lengths back at the quarter. Catches the field, 3-4 wide around the last turn, comes flying, gets beat 3/4 of a length to Hothead. Yeah, that's a Raj. Right off of Mike Boreas, 12 grand, baby. Yeah. I got a nice one for you, Dan. He might be all right for you. I don't need him. I got Hothead. Yeah, well, I got Surrender now, Mike. How do you like that? You see that mile Surrender went? Finished second. You just beat him by 3/4 of a length. I think I got a nice one here, buddy. So anyway, as time went on through the summer, so, oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. I got to take this back. My memory now just kicked in. Hothead didn't win that race. Hothead ran third. Somebody else won it. It might have been Sean D.W. or somebody. I think it was. And Surrender finished second and beat Hothead. Hothead was third. That's right. That's why I always say that Surrender was the only horse to ever beat Hothead that year twice, because he finished second and beat him when Hothead was third, and then Surrender beat him in the Maywood Pace eliminations in the fall, in December, November, December, in the fall. Surrender beat Hothead that night. Got the win picture right under there. And So he beat Hothead that night, and I says, hey, we got a big shot in the final. Well, you know what? Here we go into the final for $100,000. We won the elimination, beat Hothead fair and square. Hothead was trying to win. He don't want to lose no races. Not Mike Voorhees. Mike Voorhees, ego, man. Well, Big Mike, nice guy. I love Mike, but he didn't ever want to lose. So everybody was trying to win those eliminations back then because you had to win, be second to get in those finals. But Surrender come and beat Hothead that night, and for the elimination. Then in the final, I think we drew the 4 or 5 hole. Ronnie got away in the middle of the pack, and boy, when it came time to pull going to the half, Hothead was on the lead, and Used Oil was right up there. Somebody was in the 2 hole. I think Paisley with Used Oil pulled first over. He started coming first up. And I'm standing in the grandstand outside there at Maywood with the owners, Phil Vitaliano and his wife. And we're standing there, and I'm thinking, okay, Ronnie, come on, time to pull, Ron, time to pull. He sat in. 11-horse field now at Maywood. Ronnie sits in. When he could have pulled and got perfect cover from Used Oil, brought up second over. I'm over there like, oh my. So Ronnie doesn't pull, gets locked in, shuffled all the way back. What happens? Around the far turn, he somehow shakes loose and gets some racing room with this 11-horse field. Comes flying, finishes 4th, gets beat a length and a half. That's how good he was in the final. And Ronnie didn't pull him. Ronnie knows. My man Boom Boom knows. He said to me in the paddock afterwards when I went to see him, I messed up, Dan. I messed up. I should have pulled. Yeah, I know, Ronnie, you should have pulled. Phil Vitaliano, especially his wife, they were hot. Man, were they hot. I never seen his wife so mad. What is he doing, that Ronnie Marsh? Well, what are you going to do? You know, I had to hear it all because I'm the trainer, right? So I had to hear it all, but because Ronnie didn't pull, and then he comes flying, finishes 4th by a length and a half. We beat Hothead the week before. I know how good he is, and then you get a trip like that. But it happened, so they had to live with that. But you know, old Surrender wound up making 78 or 80,000 that year as a 3-year-old, and he beat Hothead twice. Only horse to beat Hothead that year twice. Illinois bred horse to beat Hothead twice. Finished ahead of him twice, and had a great year with him. Only paid 12 grand with him. Cashed a lot of tickets with him, and man, what a nice horse old Surrender was. And that's the way it is. So Ronnie knows. Ronnie, somebody will tell Ronnie about this video I did talking about that night Surrender. See, I wonder if Ronnie's memory is as good as mine and the Vitalianos, because, you know, Ronnie sitting up there in his tack room at Maywood. I heard Ronnie lives in the tack room up there at Maywood now, just kicking back, and I don't know what he's doing, but that's what I was told. But I love Ronnie. Hey, bad driver or not, I love Ronnie Boom Boom Marsh. Yep, nothing against my man Ron. I wish he'd come out here in Vegas so I could take him to dinner. But anyway, that's the story about Surrender and Phil Vitaliano. And so, anyway, I congratulated him on a nice try and everything for the contest. So, that's the deal with the contest. Now, let's move on here. Let's move on. I'm not going to go through all the results for Maywood Park, Thursday and Friday, and Saturday at Balmoral. You know, listen, if you want to see what my numbers were the previous night, I put up a topic over a forum over at the ultimateharnessracing.com discussion forum. You can access that through onestopharnessracing.com. And you can go over there, and I got the archives up. I put them up a couple days ago, so you can view all the archives on what my selections were the night before if you want to see what numbers I had and how they did and blah, 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 and whatever. Okay? So, you know, that way you don't have to ask any questions like, where's Dan at? Numbers not must be any good. Dan's not been on in a couple days. Yeah, well, the numbers are always good. Okay? If you know how to put them together and bet, I mean, the numbers are always staring you in the face. You know, winners are always staring you in the face. The gimmicks. You know, once in a while we miss, but what can you do about that? But hey, they're right there staring you in the face. You don't want them? Don't look. Okay? Hey, I don't care, but you know, you don't have to go around saying, well, that must be any good. He's not on doing videos. Well, I don't have time to do videos all the time. I'm a busy guy. Okay, I got a family too, and I'm busy. You know, my days off are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday now. You know, kick back, go out with the family, do things. You know, don't worry about social media and what goofs are writing on forums and all that other kind of nonsense that goes on. Don't worry about harness racing, you know, and what's going on with the business and all that, because there's nothing you can do about it. You know, just worry about picking up a harness eye or a program and getting ready for the weekend and handicapping and betting. That's it. All right. So anyway, you want to know what I had Thursday, Friday, and Saturday? Go over to the forum over at Ultimate Harness Racing, a discussion forum. Access it, like I just said, through One Stop Harness Racing. If you don't know the link, you can access it there, and then you can see what my numbers were. I'll talk a little bit about a couple races on, let's see, I wanted to talk about this 8th race here at Maywood Thursday night. Got burned out of a lot of money, big time. Burned, once again. Had the numbers, don't get me wrong, but burned out of a lot of money. Right? I had them rated 928,375. Okay, the 9 win it. We all know he's going to win it. Chances are he's going to win it. But I had the 8 in there rated 3rd. Went off at 40 to 1. I had all kind of tickets on them. 9-8, 8-9, 9-8. Exactas, try, super. Took 9 with 8 with my other numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7 for 3rd, and took all for 4th in the super. Tries, exactas like I said, bet a couple dollars to win on the 8 just in case something happened to the 9. So what happens? Here we go. 9's running off. They come around the last turn. 9's running off. Steph's place. But the 8's coming. Here comes the 8 and all my other numbers, right? I need the 8 second. I could also use maybe the 3 for second. You know. Oh, I had the 5. He ran second. They wound up coming back 9, 5, 8 for the exact in the try. And like I said, I had all for 4th, so it didn't matter. The 6 wound up being 4th. But anyway, they're coming down the stretch. 50 yards from the wire or so. The 8 takes over second. Looks like it's coming 9-8. No problem. Coming to the wire. 9-8. Here comes my man Mike Osteen flying on the outside with Little Miss Knuckles. Little Miss Knuckles comes flying on the outside and snaps the 8 at the wire. Yeah, I had Little Miss Knuckles in my numbers. Lower down, I needed the 8 at 40 to 1 second to cash for large. The exacta 9.5 came back $40. The try 9.58 came back $607, and the super 9.586 came back $2,000. Over $2,000, 200 and something for 10 cents, right? And the 5 snaps our 8. If the 8 second, we get it all. The exacta, I clicked on the probables, that was paying $170, so I knew what that's paying. Now the try paid $600 with the 5 second. What does it pay with the 8 second? 3 times as much, 4 times as much, $1,800, maybe $2,000. And the super paid $2,000 with the 5 second and the 8 third. What does it pay if the 8 second? Maybe the whole pool, because there's only like 6,000, 5,000 in the super pool. Or it pays $4,000 or something. So, there you go. That's how you get beat. I was steaming mad. But don't get me wrong, the numbers were right there for the players to cash. 9 on top, over to 5 and 8 for your exact in your tries, $600 try. But man, I wanted to just turn off the computer after that race and get burned like that out of big money and turn it right off. So that's one of the things that happened Friday. It's been all chalks for the most part at Maywood. My man, the Red Man, one of our DNRS wagering syndicate members, great guy, the Red Man. You know, he likes to box those, my numbers in the super 5-horse box for $12, catches all kinds. Anyway, the Red Man, He sends me PMs and lets me know. He goes, man, those favorites at Maywood, just all favorites. Yeah, and he's right. All these payouts were bad payouts. That was one of the biggest ones of the night there in that 8th race I just talked about. The red man says, since they came back from the break, 46% favorites are winning at Maywood. You got to catch a good race to make any money, okay? Or you got to, catch them ice cold for 10s and 20s and $30 tickets. So anyway, that's how it went at Maywood. Thursday Thursday I talked about that race. Now I'll talk about a race on Friday here in the 11th race. I had them rated 365-428. It came in 584. Had all the numbers. My third rated horse won the race. $11. Ready. The exacta came back 147, and the try came back 1800 with my third rated horse over my other numbers. Okay. Now, for all you guys that wonder, well, how do you bet the Nance numbers? I've said it many times ago. Some guys like to take my top 3 horses. I do it at times. A lot of times. I love those top 3 rated horses. Key them on top. If you want to do it for 50 cents over my other horses, that's only $30 if you key the top 3 rated on top, 5 deep underneath. $30 bet. Okay? Try paid $1,800. So over $400 you get back for a $30 bet to key my third rated horse over those. But anyway, I want to talk about this ready horse, okay? He wound up coming up third rated at Maywood that night. The previous 2 weeks at Balmoral, he came up top rated for me. Off the huge trainer change from 80-year-old Tom Graham Sr. to our man Ellison. Right? Huge trainer change. Got the horse made his first start on the 14th off the trainer change. So he came up top rated on the 14th. He took him to the top, got parked at the quarter, sat in the pocket. It was 5 degrees outside, and he came up short. He didn't, I don't know, maybe Ellison didn't train him that week. It was so cold in Chicago. I don't know what the deal was. But he came up short. Okay, got beat. Oh, well. So the following week, sure, he comes up top rated again. Goes off at 10-1. First start, he went off 9-1. He goes out 10-1. Right? All over him. Again. Actually took a drop in class that night, too, to non-winners of 2,000, last 5 out of a 6/8 claimer. That's a class drop. Okay, those non-winners of 2,000s are like 4 claimers. All right? So, all over him that night. Has a 3-hole. What does DeLong do? He sits, never pulls on the right line and gives the horse a shot. Never gives the horse a shot. Coming down the lane, he's all blocked in, locked in like a sieve. But man, he's coming to the wire. I noticed this horse is full of pace. Coming to the wire, I'm going, man, why couldn't this guy give this horse a shot? What's he doing? But he didn't give him a shot. You know, like Mike Antonitis will always say, you can't make them try. That's what big Mike Antonitis, one of his famous statements. You can't make them try. Didn't try. I don't know what the reason was. Sat on the wood, never pulled on the right line. Got away 4th at the quarter. Let himself get shuffled back to 7th at the half to 3/4. Then wound up 4th by 2 with a ton of pace. So now he's in to go to Maywood. I noticed, wow, he's in to go to Maywood. I pick up the harness side to rate the numbers for Thursday night. Oh, hey, look who's at Maywood, ready. Yeah, and I'm thinking, well, so I rate the numbers out according to the rating system formula. And because going from Balmoral to Maywood, a mile to the half, he came up third rated at Maywood. Of course, Bobby's horse, Bobby Smolin's Fox Valley Cupid, 61,000 last year with a mark at 2-2 at Balmoral. from the 8-hole into the 3-hole with all of his speed, with no speed in the race at all, okay? No speed at all in the race. You know he's coming up top rated again. He's in against these horses. The competition, the 8-horse, drew the 8-hole. He's got to get away last and hope that he can get up, which he got up for second then. He got up for second. All right? So, at big odds, I had him in my numbers. He got up second. But he wasn't rated higher because of the 8-hole. But he got in there for second, which I loved it because, you know, that's what you want. Those kind of horses to get up, those rated horses. But anyway, Bobby Smolin came up top rated. And then Warren's horse, bummed out, he came up second rated that night with Warren up. Closer, if the speed dies, he's coming. Where he was at that race, I can't even remember. I think they're still looking for him with a telescope. All right? But anyway, Bobby goes to the top. Reddy pulls first over before the half. Coming around for the first time, going to the half, he pulls first over. Sits out there, goes up the backside, goes right by Bobby. This fox, Valley Cupid, stops again. Whatever his problem is, and it's not because Hans Schufler is training him now. Because Hans got beat out of the 7-hole in a much tougher class a few starts ago. Parked to the quarter in 27-1, finished second to Skyway Brenlin in 54-4 at Maywood. So it's not Hans Schufler training the horse that's making the horse race bad. Not off a mile like that when Hans is training him, okay? So it's anybody that knows anything about racing, okay? Now, if the horse totally went backwards when Hans took over, that's another story. But he showed 54-4 getting beat second, and then comes back in a 55-1 mile, gets beat 3/4 of a length. Last week, sucked out of the 8-hole, stopped, and then this week out of the 3-hole, Reddy comes alongside of him and goes right by. Watch Fox Valley Cupid next time. Watch when Bobby just rolls them instead of rating them. You don't rate a horse like this. Let him roll, Bobby. Let him roll out of the gate. Take him down there. Suck the air out of the whole field in 27. Go to the half in about 56 at Maywood. And see how they like that. Don't be rating them no 29 quarters, 59 halves like you've been doing here the last couple starts. Let that sucker roll. Tell Hans to the vet check him out, scope him up, see if he's a little, have him do a little work on, then roll this sucker, okay? Roll him. Don't be rating this horse. You know that, Bobby. I'm gonna text you next time, Dean, and I'm gonna ask you, are you rolling this son of a bitch tonight? Huh? Otherwise, I'm kicking him right out whether he rates good or not. If you're not rolling him, I'm not betting him. But anyway, Reddy comes out, wins the race. Third-rated horse, keys that $1,800 super. I'm sorry, and $147 exacta. Couldn't win the week before that when he had all kind of pace at Balmoral and I was all over him because he was top-rated, you know. That's how it is. Can't make him try. So that's what happened at Maywood Park on Friday night. Let's see what I could talk about from last night. It was Dave McGee night over at Balmoral last night. Old Davey's going to retire and become a steward. A steward, a judge, or however you want to call it. Same difference. He's going to go to Hoosier, and Davey's going to hang up the lines and become a steward. So get ready for Davey to hand out some fines and suspensions to all you horsemen down there that he drove against. He's going to be watching you guys. Don't be putting wheels under guys. Nah, Davey's going to be up there in that booth viewing those video replays up there. When there's an inquiry, he's taking your ass right down. Doesn't care if he drove against you and you're friendly with him or not. Be careful, because Davey's going to be a steward now. He's got to get tough on everybody. And then when the guy comes up with a positive, and he's got to go in for a hearing, and he's sitting there with Dave McGee and whoever the other stewards are down there, and they turn on the tape recorder because you got a positive test and got your hearing going. And then Davey's going to hand out suspensions. And he's going to start suspending you guys. That's a Raj. So get ready for that, baby. My man Davey's going to be a steward. Yeah. He won last night, his last race. The last winner he drove, Heavenly Knox. Remember that. I got it recorded here. I recorded it on the iPhone, and I don't know, I got it there. In case it ever disappears, I could throw it up on YouTube, 5 years from now, 3 years from now, 2 years from now, and say, here's Davey McGee's last winning drive ever, Heavenly Knox. Knox. Heavenly Knox. Is that some kind of like omen or something? Did somebody name the horse after Danny Knox or his dad, who are up in heaven now? Heavenly Knox? Think about it. I don't know if someone named the horse for that reason. Who owns it? Let me see. What race was he in here? Who owns this horse? Where is he at? Where's Heavenly Knox? Here he is. Johnny Z, Paisley's man. Paisley's man's training him for Wolf Creek Farm in Naperville. That's George Bonomo. George Bonomo, yeah. I don't know if Danny ever drove for George or not. I don't know if George, who's the breeder? Bell Valley Farms, McErney. I don't know if they named this horse after the Knox family, the two Knoxes that are up in heaven now. Danny Knox and his dad, Bobby Knox. Bobby used to bring those long shots in back in the 70s when he was driving. I used to go out to Hawthorne when I first started going to the track, early 70s. And that. He was known for bringing in them long shots. Bob Knox, yeah. But anyway, he won with Heavenly Knox. That's something else. Davey wins his last drive ever with a horse named Knox. Heavenly Knox. Some kind of omen maybe, I don't know. But anyway, what did I want to talk about? More chalks last night at Balmoral. Very a lot of chalk. Hell yeah, first race. I'm going to talk about this. I had him rated 175.26 in the first race. Feel like dancing, rated on top off the wood. So, I'm doing things in the house in the afternoon. I look at the clock, it's about 5 o'clock. I said, oh shoot, the races are starting in about a half hour. I got to finish up here. So I finish up what I'm doing. And I turned the computer on at 5:15, figuring like 15 minutes to post. Got to get ready. I turned the computer on. What do I see? The gate just opened for the first race at Balmoral. I'm like, what the? Are you kidding me? I thought they started in Chicago, changed their start time to 5:30. I didn't know that it was just Maywood, so they got two different start times now in Chicago to confuse the gamblers even more. Maywood at 5:30, my time, 7:30 Chicago time, and Balmoral at the same time, 7:10 Chicago time, 5:10 my time. So they're going to confuse us gamblers even more by having two different start times for Chicago harness racing. Great job there. But you fooled me and cost me money. Yeah, I turned the race on and they're off, and I'm going, oh my God. Sure enough, how does it come back? 7-1. Wings wins the race. The one runs second, 25-1. Feel like dancing in the 6 is third. I look at the payoffs, I go, well, I know Wings is a big chalk, maybe it won't pay that much. I look at the payoffs, I go, this frickin' thing paid nice. $47 exacta with the 1 second. $182 trifecta with the 1 second. My top two rated horses. You know I'm going to be pounding on 1771 with my 2, 5, and 6 underneath. Right? And the super comes back 436. So I'm steaming mad now after the first race. I'm going, there it is. Just cost me a lot of money right there. Because I thought they were starting at 5:30. Yeah, they fooled me. Yep, they fooled me big time. So I was ticked off right away. Started off the first night. First race, I mean, and didn't make no money because he didn't get a bet in. Whatever can go wrong, you ever hear that saying? Whatever can go wrong will go wrong. Isn't that the truth? Who invents these sayings? Because they're all true. So anyway, oh, and I want to mention too, about this start time. Maywood Park, I purposely watched it, Thursday and Friday. New start time, 5:30. They still didn't go on time. Right? They still didn't go on time. 8 minutes late one night and 7 or 8 minutes late the other Friday night. Still couldn't get the races off on time at 5:30. After delaying the post from 5:10 or 7:10 to 7:30. Yeah. So there you go. They're still going to get the races off late, no matter if they started at 9 o'clock at night. They'd go at 9:15 and 9:10. Yeah, Friday night. So I text Bobby Smolin. I go, because they're not on the track yet. I'm looking at the time, and it's 5:31, and they're not on the track yet. So I text Bobby. Hey, Bob, what's going on now? They still can't get these races off on time. Well, Bobby texted me back and said something about, we didn't have a starter. Some of the guys didn't make it here. The drivers almost didn't make it here. Big traffic jam on the interstate. Well, you know what? Leave earlier, because you know what the traffic's like in Chicago. Okay? Leave earlier. So what? So you got to hang around the paddock for a little while. Go in there and get a Roberta cheeseburger or whatever she's cooking up, all those fancy dinners she cooks up there. If Roberta's still down there in the paddock kitchen cooking up for the horsemen. Man, that woman can cook. Man, I used to go in there every night. What do you got, Roberta? Yeah, yep. But one thing, she had hard-boiled eggs all the time on the counter there. So you buy a couple hard-boiled eggs before she cooked the dinner for you. One thing, I could never get the damn peels off the eggs without ripping the whole egg apart. Well, she must not soak them in water or something where they, slide right off, like when I make my deviled eggs. Get them out of there, put them right in cold water, let them run in there, and then they crack that shell and it slides right out. Roberta, what's with these eggs? I can't peel them. They stick to the shell sticks to the egg. But old Roberta can cook some dinners, boy. But anyway, get there early. Don't wait till the last minute to leave when you know there's traffic. Get your ass in your car, truck, and get down there. Holding up the races because, there's a traffic jam. Yeah, well, there was traffic when I raced, too. I left early. I got there on time. I'm not going to be late for nothing. Yeah, get over there and find something to do. Have Roberta cook you something to eat, kill some time before the races start, go up in the grandstand, get yourself a $6 beer or $5, whatever they're charging up there now. I don't know. Do something. Go visit Ronnie Marsh in the tack room he lives over there in the tack room, I'm told, by the guard shack somewhere. Oh, and you can always visit Dave Isaacs. He's been there since the last 25 years in the tack room down there at Maywood. And you got Steve Weiss. You could visit Steve. He's up there. And God knows who else is over there living in the tack rooms, but I know. Go over there and visit them guys. Talk about old times. Yeah, talk about the old times. The good times of Chicago harness racing. That's what you need to do. Get there early. I used to get there early. I had a tack room so when I shipped in from the farm on Books, I had the tack room. First tack room, second tack room. Dave Isaacs has the first tack room by the guard shack at Maywood on the bottom floor. I had the second one over. I'd get a tack room where I could hang up all my colors in there, and I had a little TV in there, and I had a little chair sitting in there, so when I shipped in early, I could go in the tack room, stay warm or whatever, dress into my colors, dress out of my colors, watch a little TV, go down the street, pick up some roasted chicken from the chicken coop down the street, or White Castles, or Johnny's Beef, or some shit. I'd go down and come back to the room in the afternoon and eat, maybe take a little nap, and then get ready for racing. Yeah, I had that tack room right there for my colors hanging in there with the helmets and shit. Yeah, do things right. Get there early. So anyway, they don't start on time anyway with the new post time at Maywood. All right, back to Balmoral. I want to mention too that Balmoral again outhandled Yonkers last night, Saturday, by almost 100 grand. Same amount of races, 12. They outhandled the old hot shots there at Yonkers with their $35,000 purses on Saturday night. People rather bet the rats at Balmoral, and they outhandled them again. But that's no news because they do it all the time. And always will. Balmoral will always have the second highest handle in the country of any other track behind the Meadowlands. So I'm going to drill that into your heads again. And Maywood had a nice handle too. Maywood had a nice handle, 671,000. Yeah. So they're handling decent money. So what's wrong with the handle? Now, what are you going to do? So that's it. Now let me see if there's anything else. There's something else I might want to talk about here at Balmoral last night. Let me see. Let me refresh my memory here. Oh yeah, and in the 5th race there, Fall Creek Bandit came alive after after being off since last year. He came alive and wired him out of the 8 hole with the scratch for Warren. He beat the 5, the Chalks. He beat him. So he knocked several people out of the pick 5 right there. Oh, Fall Creek Bandit got away 8th last time. Didn't leave with him last time. Left with him in a qualifier. Ronnie drove him, and he stopped. Of course, Ronnie's driving him. Ronnie Roberts. And last week at the drew the 8 hole, and Ronnie probably told Warren, let's just race him. Let's race him easy first start. He's off the qualifier. I don't want to take a chance of him making a break or nothing, getting back on the qualifying list. So just race him from behind tonight. See what we can get. You know, get all you can get, but race him from behind. And he raced him from behind, and he got beat. He got away last and finished 5th by 2. Yeah. So last night, Ronnie says, well, we don't have to worry about breaking and getting back on the qualifying list. Just roll him, Todd. Roll him right down the highway. Go right down the highway with him. Roll him. Roll him right down the highway and win. 5-1. Yeah. I had him rated 4th. Had him rated 5-1-6-9. Came in 9-6-5. Box up my top 4 rated, and you have it right there. There you go. Have to box him up because, you know, the 9 rated 4th. After the scratch, you rated 4th. So you got to box him up with the top rated horse and the 2nd rated horse and the other horse. So there you go. Now, what happened to Nancy Skyscape last night in the 6th? Huh? Somebody want to explain that one to me? Yeah, we know that Davey McGee's horse, Bell Valley Bill, and my man John Barnard, and my man Bill Crone. Man, Bill must be getting old too now. I know he's got to be older than me. Oh, Billy's still in it. Bill Crone. He just should be a guy over there that worked for Crony. Guy was from Canada back in the 80s. He worked for Crony. Crony was driving on back then and training. And this guy from Canada, he had an accent. He worked for Crony. He was in the. He'd always come in the track kitchen and eat Maywood and eat lunch and everything else. Hang out in the track kitchen. I forget this kid's name. And he used to say, I tell you, buddy, Crony can hold those horses, buddy. He can hold those horses. Yeah. And then one day he's standing in line. There used to be a line at Maywood Track Kitchen. There used to be an awesome track kitchen at Maywood. Tom Booth used to operate the track kitchen at Maywood. Awesome track. Jammed up. Couldn't find a seat in there to sit. Great meals and everything. Tom Booth. Tablecloths on the tables. Salt shakers. He ran a track kitchen when we had a track kitchen back then in the 80s, buddy. So the lines were always long going to the cash register. People order their food and get in line to pay at the end, you know. And this kid worked for Crony. He's standing in line. He's got a hot cup of coffee in his hand. So he's standing there, and somebody in front of him leaned back or something, and he took the coffee, started spilling all over the kid's hand. What you doing, buddy? The coffee's burning my hand. Are you crazy, buddy? Boy, we had some good times back then. Funny times? Oh, God. Anyway, stuff pops into my mind when I'm talking about stuff. You know, Crony. I start thinking about 80s. I'm remembering this stuff from the 80s about this kid, you know, worked for Crony. And Crony can hold those horses. So anyway, we all know Bell Valley Bill's going to be good. I had him rated 3rd last night, behind the 2 and the 1. That's the way the numbers came up. He's moving inside from the 7 hole to the 3 hole in a short field, 6 horses. We know he's going to be good. But anyway, you got Nancy Skyscape in there. He's got the 2 hole. Last week he gets impeded. He comes first up, parked a half a mile, gets impeded down the stretch and still coming, and finishes 2nd. He beats the 3, he beats the 1 that's in this race. Mysterious Bob and Bell Valley Bill last week. After getting impeded, first over, tough trip. Oh, these horses are sitting on the wood not doing an ounce of work. What happened to Nancy Skyscape last night? Someone want to tell me. John Woodley. And no wonder he's 0 for 15. Inconsistent. The guy hasn't won a race at Balmoral. Had 1 second and 15 starts. The horse race huge last week. You can't have him ready. You cannot. What kind of trainers You can't have this horse ready again next week. Whoa, come on. Horse raced like a complete skunk. Didn't even hit the board. Came back 3-5-1. Nancy Skyscape didn't even hit the board. I mean, that's the problem these days. You can't make a bet with confidence with these horses and these guys training. That's my opinion. It's only I'm not knocking these people personally. It's nothing on a personal level. Okay, I'm speaking as a horseman, a former trainer, now a bettor. Okay, I'm going to tell it to you like it is. I got nothing against any of these people. I wish them all well. But I'm going to tell you how it is when it comes to the business, when it comes to training or driving. A guy can't have a horse ready to race that day. Well, he came up sick. He's going to call the owner up, and he came up sick, had him scoped. Yeah. This, that, or the other excuse. No, it's just like in the first race, I was told Straight Street Liz broke a hobble. Really? In all the years that I trained, I never had a hobble break in a race because I sent my stock out with good equipment, new equipment, cleaned, not just, I'm in a race and I'm going to throw it in a harness bag like Beef Arbor, muddy and everything, and who cares, it might get rotted and break in a race someday. No. Clean the harness, clean the hobbles, make sure, check them all out, make sure that everything's good before you go out there. Come on. If you're racing with good hobbles, new hobbles, fairly new hobbles that are taken care of, you're not going to get a broken hobble in a race. Very rare. It might happen, but very rare. Okay? So she broke a hobble too. Straight Street Liz. Come on. Guys, what's his name? My man Phillips. He's operating a stable. He's the sharpest trainer out there. Yeah. Winning all kind of races with those monsters. And you're going to tell me he shouldn't have a sharpest stable on the ground, should have all new equipment. Buy new hobbles every week if you have to. Okay. So anyway, Nancy Skyscape raced like a complete dog. What else here? Race 7. Oh, I had that race real good. 2 came up top rated, 7 came up second rated, 7 beat the 2. The Perfecta paid a nice $43. And the Tri paid a nice $121 with top 2 rated horses. So anyway, moving on, let's see, 8th race. Anything to talk about in the 8th race? Oh, Heavenly Knox. Yeah, I talked about him already. But you know what? He didn't come up rated for me. I'm sorry, he didn't. I had all the other numbers underneath of them. They all were the rated horses. 7, 3, and 4. He didn't. Now you're going to say, why didn't he come up rated? The horse is winning every week. Why didn't he come up rated? I don't know. Maybe because, 1, he's going from non-winners of 1-2 to non-winners of 4. Way tougher horses, okay? 2, he's a dead closer, okay? And he's in a higher class. 3, a couple starts ago, he even made a break, and then he caught back on and beat Maidens. He won by a nose at Maywood in 59, okay, which is about a 57 mile at Balmoral. He won in 57 and 1 and 56 and 4 at Balmoral. But he's in against horses going 54 and 2, 54 flat. Skyway Brendan last week wired him in 54 flat. He's in against Skyway Billy. This horse last year, 2-2 at Hoosier. Nice horse, win 10 of 20. Qualified real nice with this Bell guy on him, whoever Bell is, okay? Wins the qualifier with this guy in 58, so it shows you he's ready. It shows you Phillips has the horse ready. What happened to him? What happened to him last night? I don't even remember. I was doing something. I turned the race on when the horse. Maybe I was looking at another track. I don't know. I turned the race on when they were coming down the lane, and I just saw Heavenly Knox flying. So what happened to Skyway Billy? So Heavenly Knox didn't rate because he's going way up in class. He's not that fast according to what he's winning in. Of course, some guys will say time means everything. Really? You got to be able to run fast enough to win a race. Okay? Whether you're a human being or a horse or a pig, okay, or a rabbit, you got to run fast enough against your competition to be able to win. Okay? So time means nothing to some guys. All right. Well, With me, it means something. And that's why the DNRS numbers are strong most of the time. I'll just tell you that. All right? So anyway, I didn't have Headley Knox rated, so I didn't catch that race. Okay. Started the pick 4. And somebody tell me how First Class All the Way wins last night. I'm looking 150 times on this program. Something to give me an indication that this horse could win and beat Best Man Hanover, who destroyed him last week. Didn't destroy him, but beat him fair and square. Okay, beat him, right? Fort Silky, same thing. You got Ice Scraper. This horse, First Class All the Way, on all these lines I have in the harness side, there's about 10 of them, and I can see races from Balmoral back in December. He's never been able to beat Fort Silky. Only horse in this race that he can't beat is Fashion Delight, who was nowhere. Okay? He's never been able to beat Fort Silky. He's run third to him. Never been able to beat Best Man Hanover in the last 3-4 months. Okay? He was distanced 3 starts ago at the Miami Valley. Distanced with Brent Holland up. He came back to Balmoral and he put him in a non-winners of 8,000, and he ran second against Extravagant Art beat him and Big Brad, who can never win against these kind of horses, right? So he ran second in that cheap class. Then last week they put him in. He had a 3-hole, sat on the wood, and just sucked along and couldn't win. But last night he pulls and he smokes down the lane. Somebody tell me how he could win. I don't get it. I don't get it. But then again, Jim Ellison. That's all I need to tell you. Yeah. Jim Ellison. Guess you got to watch guys like that. So he won, and he knocked half the people out of the pick 4. Knocked me out too. I used every horse in the race except him. Ah, boy. And then I come here to the 10th race. Got knocked out anyway. But this guy in the 2-horse, Bayer, whatever his name is, nothing personal against the kid now. What was he doing out there with this Fox Valley George? Parked a mile out of the 2-hole, running guys down. Trying to run down Wildcat Bobby. Osteen just said, he's parking him. You don't care. But Smolin tried to lead with Adams Hanover, and there's no way he's getting to the top when this guy's parked out there, and Smolin winds up making a break. And then Life is Good Today, second-rated horse. He can't even go by Wildcat Bobby, who I had rated 4th. Wildcat Bobby wins the race. After getting rimmed by the 2, he can hold on and win and beat Life is Good Today with a perfect trip with Dave the Hands McGee. 1 for 31 the last 2 years. 1 for 23 the last 2 years at Balmoral. Wildcat Bobby can win last night. Week before, he had the 2-hole, sat on the wood, never made a move, sucked along and got 3rd. Week before that, got 3rd again. You know, he can run 2nd and 3rd is what this horse always does. Somehow he could run huge last night. I don't know. Beat my 5-horse, second-rated horse. Bobby makes a break, who was top-rated. Okay, and Western Deal, big Casey Leonard, you know, the guy that wins 5-6 races a night at Maywood and 4 or 5 at Balmoral. Let's see, Angie Affronti horse. Last night, after going to the top out of the 5-hole last week, and monster effort, finished second by a half lane, nowhere around either. Nowhere around. 3rd-rated horse, nowhere around. What happened to him last night? Boy, oh boy. Anyway, that's the way it goes. Now, in this 11th race, everybody's pounding on Dave McGee, on My Kind of Princess, for Phil Langley. Phil Langley owns the horse. Jim Eaton trains. My man Jim Eaton. And I always say my man because I know all these guys personally. Raced against them, know him personally. Jimmy's a good guy. I want to let you know, good guy and a great trainer, Jimmy Eaton. He's a real good trainer. Okay. We used to bump heads many times back in the 80s. Phil Langley owns the horse. So they put Jim Eaton, I think, put Dave up on whatever he had in last night. Wanted Davey to drive for him. Hopefully he'd get a picture, but I don't think he succeeded. So this horse was 3-5 last night. Langley's horse, everybody was betting him. He come up top rated, of course, with these lines and with these performances against these things in this race. But he was nowhere around. He wound up being nowhere around. Nowhere around. My second rated horse won the race. Bobby Smolden. Gracie on my mind. Stake horse last year, stake races, shows nice races last year, 56-2, got beat second by a neck in a stake race last year, third, he's nice lines on this horse against these pigs. So he came up second rated in there. And then under that I had the 2 and the 3, third and fourth rated. The 3 horse ran second at monster odds. So the exacta came back really nice. 4-3 exacta, second rated over fourth rated. Came back with a $200 exacta, was it? I think, yeah. And but the one horse got up for third. He beat the two horse, was fourth or the 5? I didn't write. Oh no, here it is. 4-3-1-2 it came. Yeah, the 2 horse who I had rated third ran fourth. The 1 horse got there. First lifetime start for Finn, Ricky Finn. Comes off a 2:02 qualifier, finished second in the qualifier, had a nice qualifier, raced good in the qualifier, slow time. But you know what? He got up for third. Made the try pay big and the super paid big. Yep. I didn't have the 1 though. And then in the last race, so I used the 4. I used the 4 in my pick 4s. Got knocked out in the first race, and then had the 5 and the 8. Used the 5 and the 8 in the. I think 4, 5, and 8 I used in the second leg. Damien E. couldn't win. Smolin broke. And Wildcat Bobby winds up winning. But I wouldn't have been alive anyway because I got knocked out. But I did use Gracie on my mind in my pick 4s. And then I used the 1 horse long term in the last race. So once again, 2 out of 4. That's why I hate betting pick 4s, because something always happens stupid in these frickin' pick 4s and pick 5 races. So anyway, long term, my top rated horse won the last race. And that ended the night. That ended the Balmoral card for last night. So that's how it went. And tonight's another night. We got a 7 horse field in the first race, the Trotters with an entry, Rat Trotters. And then we got a 6 horse field in the second race to start off the pick 5, the patented 6 horse field to start off the pick 5 in the second race. And then we got an 8 horse field in the third race. Another rat race, but it's 8 horse field. Then we got an entry again in the fourth race, 7 horse field with an entry. Probably a no value race there. And then in the fifth race, so we got the Trotters going. We got 2 class droppers in there. The 4 and the 8 dropping out of the winners over against that Justice Jet horse into now winners of 4,000. And then the rest of them, you got the rest of the trotting rats. Half of them are breaking all the time. And then you got a 7 horse field in the 6th race. And the 7th race, the start of the pick 4. We got 8 horses with an entry. Start of the pick 4 there. And then we got a 9 horse field in the second leg of the pick 4. And then we got a 9 horse field in the third leg of the pick 4. 4 claimers. And then in the last race, 4 claimers again. And we got a 9 horse field. And I'll tell you what, I'm not even going to mention who it is because I can't. The numbers are for sale. They got customers that bought them, and I can't do it. But this top-rated horse I got here tonight, this sucker better be good tonight. All I know is he better be good tonight because I'm pissed off at this horse. The last 2 starts came up top-rated two starts ago, and I don't even want to talk about it. And then something happened after that, and I don't want to talk about that either. So I'm looking for this horse to fire tonight. If he doesn't, surprising news to me. But anyway, that's Balmoral tonight. All right, and Cal Expo got the contest tonight, so you got all your tickets in for the contest. I got plays in for this Cal Expo contest, and so does my wife. She's got her picks in, I got my picks in, and we'll see what happens with that. I don't expect to win because I never win contests. Okay? Never win contests. Got to be lucky to win contests, no matter how good you are. If you don't have any luck, you're not winning them. So anyway, what else we got to talk about here? Ooh, I've been on a long time, but you know what? I'm not going to make another video probably till the end of next week if I'm lucky. So I might as well get this all jammed up in one and see what's going on. So let's shoot over to Barn to Wire real quick and see what's going on over there. Oh yeah, I noticed over at Balmoral here, I'm sorry, at Barn to Wire. Yesterday at all day long, most of the it started in the afternoon, I believe, and then all the way into the night, and it was still not up when I went to bed. Barn to Wire was down again. Forum was down, and I think the same thing happened last Saturday. It was down for a long time and came back up the next morning like it did today. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe someone's trying to hack the joint. I don't know. But you know what? Hey, probably better off. Shut them all down. Shut them all down. Hack them all. Hack them all down. Get rid of all these things because there's nothing good on them, really, except for guys trying to trash other people, bash other people, talk nonsense. There's hardly any harness talk. It's deader than a doornail now, even at Barn to Wire, dead. Okay, so it's probably better off just shutting down anyway. But, you know, she's got it up there. She's not ever going to shut it down. Okay, I don't know if she makes any money off that website or not. She's got advertisements all over the place. You know, pop-ups. You turn it on. Here comes a pop-up coming up. Here, pop this. Here, got to click off. You click the X, and then you go to click on the topic, and here comes a pop-up again. These pop-ups all over. You know, because if you click on any of those ads, which I never click on nothing. I'm not clicking on nothing and taking a chance of no viruses going into this beautiful computer. No shot. Google can pound all the ads in front of me everywhere I look. AOL, this one, that one, and I'm never clicking on no ads. All right? But anyway, she's got ads all over the place, so every time you click on them, she makes money. So that's probably how she makes money. She's never going to shut the forum down, even if it's deader than a doornail. You know, and it's so dead now, you know, that she lets anything go on, I guess. She lets anything go on, you know. I even sent her an email the other day like, hey, you know, I don't even want to tell you what I said to her. I know nothing. I wasn't smart aleck to her, nothing. I just told her about something I read, and I didn't think it was, you know, nice for people, you know, for the guy to say that. I'm not even going to really address what the guy said. If you want, I'll tell you who it was. It was my man, Steve Woodall, okay, and Know-It-All. He made a post on there, total lies about me and my family and my dead mother, okay? Doesn't know what he's talking about, claims he does, you know, and stupid shit. That's what I emailed her about. That she allows people to post stuff that isn't true. If you're going to post something that's at least true, okay? All right? Don't say that you know it's true or you heard it from Joe Blow, okay? Get the facts, post the truth, and then there's no complaint. But anyway, he posted nonsense, and then I emailed her about it, and I said, you know, well, you allow people, you know, if you're going to allow guys to trash people, why don't you at least make sure that they tell the truth about it, okay? But she left all the posts up because, you know, I see a lot of stuff on here lately, you know, where people want to bash people, you know, and they're on there, a few guys on there, you know, talking about me too, which I don't really care about, could care less what anybody says, could care less, okay? Got way more things to think about and worry about than what goofs are saying, all right? But anyway, probably better off shutting the whole damn forum down. It's so dead, you know. She needs posters so bad. You know, look at these replies. 2, 2, 2, 3, 1, 3, 0, 2, 0, 0, 2, 4, 1. Ha! Yeah, it's really going to town. Yeah, and the views are even down now. 100 views, 100 views, 100 views. Someone will kick up the New York Mets topic that got 6,000 views. They'll kick that up there to make it look like you got, you know, a lot of action going on. Hardly any replies. Views are down now, so she lets guys. Hey, she can't take posts down. She can't delete posts where guys trashing someone and their family with lies. She won't take it down, okay? Because she needs all the posters she can get, all right? And so she leaves it up because she doesn't want no one on her back saying, "Why'd you take my post down? Why'd you take my post down?" You know, she needs, you know, she can't lose posters, so she leaves stuff up, I guess, whatever. You know, and then she got, you know, Terry, let's see, HBT coming on, you know, with his bash, with his remarks too. So she's got that guy who's been on there since the cows came home. You know, all the years since the cows came home, he's still there, 24/7. The guy lives on the farm, 24/7. Must have stock in the place. So anyway, let's see here. Let's move on here real quick. Oh, they got a lot of topics here about Dan Nance. Dan Nance to release numbers at Yonkers. Let me tell you something right here and now. Whoever this guy is that put this topic up is only trying to start some crap, okay? There's no rumor going around because I never told anybody. Here, a pop-up just came on as I clicked on the topic for hay tools. Hay tools. Yeah. I'm not baling any hay, so I don't want no hay. No hay banners. Okay. Anyway, he put up there that the rumor that I'm going to be the DNRS numbers will be out for Yonkers in 2015. Totally a lie. Okay. Never am I doing Yonkers numbers. Okay, no desire to do them, don't need to do them, don't want to do them, don't need nobody's money, nothing like that. Don't care if they pay triple for the numbers, don't want them. So the guy puts up a topic to start talking about me, and it's a total lie. I'm not doing no numbers for Yonkers, okay? So that's what that's about. And Honest and Balanced Terry came on the topic, you know, making comments about my numbers, you know, and all that. And then what else is here? I'll scroll down a little. Honest and Balanced Terry came on again. Oh yeah, he had a nice little comment here. Yeah, I don't even want to address it. Forget it. Made a comment about bingo, Honest and Balanced. Bingo and Keno. Okay. Okay, so that's what they like to do. What else here? Anything down here worth addressing? Oh yeah, Burton had to come on the topic. Burton. He says, before you couldn't even mention the guy's name, speaking of me. Yeah, you're right. She had my name blocked, Nance, anything blocked if somebody tried to put it on there. Okay, and didn't want, okay. Now all of a sudden she's opened it up for some reason. But, which is fine. I don't care. Open it up. Let them talk. Hey, more publicity for me. I don't care. But you know what? If someone's going to post something, once again, I'll say it, have them post the truth instead of lies, okay, to make someone look bad, to trash somebody and their family and their dead mother, okay? Burton says before you couldn't even mention the guy's name, now he's got threads posted about him again. There you go, right, Burton? Wonder why our moderator has changed her mind about all this. I don't know there, Richard McDermott. Why don't you call her up and ask her? She's got a phone number on her website. He was old news when I started here 10 years ago, and he's even older news now. Well, first of all, Burton, let's get the story straight. I wasn't old news when you learned about the forum and you decided to become a member, Burton, okay? Because you heard about everything going on and you joined, okay? So I wasn't old news. I was the one that put this forum on the map for this chick, okay? All right? You know it. And anybody else around in 2004 and 5 know it too, okay? And I don't care. The facts are facts, okay? And I could care less, but facts are facts. Yeah, so I wasn't old news when you started. I was the news when you started, okay? That's why everybody flocked up. Ooh, did you hear Trainer Dan Nance is on Barn to Wire? Ooh, did you hear about it? That's what started the whole ball of wax going back in 2004. That's the truth, Burton, my boy. Maybe I'm old. He's even older news now. Maybe I am on the forum on Barn to Wire. I am, but I guess not because they got topics up. But whatever the deal is, I could care less. So that's the truth about that one, Burton boy. Richard McDermott. You going out to Oak Brook to meet your man Ricky Burton out there and the Burton boys. You know, trench coat Ricky Burton and his brother, the trench coat guy. You're going out there to sit in the room in the back there at the table and bet some Maywood, Balmoral, whatever you do. So anyway, have fun doing that. Race pony. He put up a topic. I guess the numbers haven't been too good lately. No videos and no Yonkers numbers this weekend. This is the guy that put up the false topic about me betting Yonkers. Okay, so Yeah, the numbers have been fine, okay? Go check out, do what you want to do, and find a way to trash them even though the winners are staring you in the face. Could care less, pal. But don't put up something, Race Pony, that's not true. I never told no one I'm doing Yonkers, and I'm never going to do Yonkers. Okay. No videos and no Yonkers numbers this weekend. Right, no Yonkers numbers. There'll never be Yonkers numbers. And no videos because I had no time to do them. Yeah, anyone hear from Dan? Well, you're hearing from me right now, so enjoy this nice long video I'm putting together so I can entertain you guys tonight after the races on a Saturday night. I can entertain you for an hour and a half or however long this video is going to be. Oh, let's see what Piglin wrote here. Piglin won. Oh, by the way, Piglin won signed up for the Ultimate Harness Racing Handicapping Contest, the free $100 handicapping contest for March 14th, Saturday, sponsored by OneStopHarnessRacing.com. He signed up for it. He's welcome to play. I don't care who you are. Okay? Joe the Curris could come there and play the fucking contest if he wants. Okay? I could give two shits. T.C. Carlson could do it too. Okay? So sign all of you guys up. Play the contest. But don't think you're going to sign up as a member and put any trash on that forum. Okay? There you go. And we'll tell you what. If we don't get 20 players, there will be no contest. 20 players have to play. Otherwise, it's not worth having a contest. We'll just have to reschedule it. So get over there and sign up and try to win $100. Okay? And it'll get sent to you. So anyway, let's see what Piglin's got to say. Dan lost that $100 bill. There he is. The guy signs up for my contest. I let him in. This guy here, okay, Ricky Yarder, okay, who's got a $578,000 judgment against him, entered by the state of Virginia for Bob Costello that he trashed and bashed and called him brutal things. This man's got a $578,000 judgment. Go pull up the court papers if you think I'm lying, okay? Bob Costello sent me the court papers, emailed them to me. I read them. It was entered against him. He lost the case, okay? But now, I let him in my contest, and he wants to come on Barn to Wire and write some trash about me. So let's finish reading what he has to say. Dan lost that $100 bill he has had for a week. Do you think if he had $20 or $30 $100 bills, he would have most certainly showed us? So I'm thinking he only had $100 to live on. No wonder. 250 hamburgers. Can you believe that people are like this? This is why my wife tells me, Dan, why do you bother with these people? We are too good for you're too good of a guy for these kind of people. Why do you bother? Why do you try to do anything for any of these people? Okay? I won't even tell my wife stuff like that I read here on Barn to Wire. Okay? Because it just gets her upset and and I don't even know why I do it. She's right. I let the guy in the contest. He comes on Barn to Wire and he's going to bash me like I'm broke. I tell you what, Ricky Yarder, come to Las Vegas and we'll see how broke I am. I don't need to tell you or nobody else what I have. Okay? You could only wish, is all I could say. That's the only comment I'm making. You and everybody else, okay, could only wish, all right? So anytime you want, do what I just said. Now, I read this post now that you just put up here a little bit ago. And I'll tell you what, because I'm a bigger man than you'll ever be, okay, and I'm going to let you stay in that contest. The only way you're going to be out of that contest and not have a chance to win that $100 bill is by you bowing out yourself. So you're in, Piglin. Go over there and knock yourself out and see how good you can do. But don't ever come to that web forum and think that you're going to post any trash about anything. Go put your pics up and then get lost. All right? So that's that. Oh boy, they got me fired up now. But see, I love to talk about it. I could give a care less about what these goofs got to say. They're living in basements. They're broke. They can't pick winners. They're jealous. That's all I got to say. I got emails coming to me from people I don't even know, telling me, saying nice things to me about not only my numbers, but about my videos. They enjoy my videos, my trainers' videos. They enjoy them. They like it. Okay? But I got guys like this and many others, which there are not too many here, and other places I don't know about what they're doing and don't care. But there's a few that, you know, and she loves it. Jeannie loves it. Yeah, let's bash Dan Nance. Yeah, bash him. It'll get me hits. It'll get me hits to my website here. See, because people will say, yeah, they're bashing Dan Nance over at Barn to Wire. So it'll get me hits and views, and that's what I need, and posts. So she'll let it happen, you know, just like a trash site. But anyway, good luck. Knock yourself out. Oh, this guy right here, congrats to Dan Nance, too. Here's a guy, another topic about me, signs up a newbie, 2 posts. Okay, who could this be? Let's see. Could it be the old juice junkies? Or one of those clowns, you know? Or God knows who it could be. 2 posts, he signs up to make this post to talk about where I finish in the handicapping contest. Right? And mentions that a second entry in my wife's name. Well, my wife signed up and she's got a right to play, okay? Like I said before. Can you really be that desperate? No, I'm not that desperate for nothing, okay? You guys are, it's just crazy. It's total nonsense. So he felt good by putting that up. He wanted to put that up. All right, but like I explained, between my wife and I and the numbers, 6 top-rated winners and 5 second-rated. There, in the contest. But not on the same, you know, I didn't pick them all, and she didn't pick them all. All right. Know-it-all back on here. Now he's going to come up and bash again, too, and then he's going to get this newbie guy in the clubhouse. He's going to come in and chime in again, see if they can get a topic going here, bashing Dan Nance. I was 25th. He's bragging he was 25th with 3 races to go. Oh, yeah, okay, Swudell, yeah, we all know that you were at the Middle-Ends contest several years back. You got yourself in it, and you didn't do no good in it. You're the best. You're the best handicapper. You're the top owner. You're the top basher around. You know everybody, and you this and that, and we know all about you. And thanks, while I'm on the talking about you there, Stevie. You know, thanks a lot for saying what you said about me, the lies that you put about me and my mother and everything else, and just to prove that you don't know nothing. And I wrote about it over there. Okay, my mother didn't win no lottery in the late '70s. Okay, she won it in 1984. So right there shows that you're full of shit. Okay, she won it in 1984, June the 4th, when my brother and I had 30 horses in the barn at Sportsman's that year, June 4th, riding high, winning all kind of races, monsters in the barn, several that we owned, 2-year-old trot and filly of the year, Sparkling Grace, winner of 17 straight, that we turned down $125,000 for, and whatever else you said in that post here on Barn to Wire. Everything you said is bullshit, okay? My mother got $100,000 a year for 20 years, okay? Let everybody know that in case they didn't read the post over there at the ultimateharnessracing.com forum, okay? $100,000 a year for 20 years, from 1984 to 2003. After taxes, my mom got $69K a year that she lived on. We could care less about her $69,000 in '84 or any years after that, between all the years that I had monsters in the barn winning hundreds of races. I didn't need a dime from my mother, and neither did my brother. Okay? So this BS that you wrote, another thing that he wrote, she gave her sons $50,000 a year on the anniversary. For each year, on the anniversary of her winning, lottery anniversary, $50,000 a year for both of us. She only got $69K a year after taxes, dummy. Okay? She didn't set nothing up or give a shit. All right? Matter of fact, when I sold the farm in '89 and I walked out of there with $400K, I gave my mother money. Idiots. And then another comment that he made about, I forget how he put it, about my training wins or something like that. Whatever. The training wins, hundreds of training wins came, a lot of them came before the M99 scandal, okay, and hundreds of them came after, from 85 to 89, all right? So, another bunch of crap, nonsense lies, okay? Go on trash sites or wherever you're at and go post your garbage, okay? People, like I kept telling people, people are brutal. People are brutal in this world. That's why I choose to stay away from everybody, okay? And only pick and choose my friends who I know that are good, decent people, all right? And I'm not going to mention names because they know who they are. And they know me, and they know the kind of person I am. So get lost for everybody else. Knock yourself out writing topics and go ahead and keep bashing because Janie allows it because she needs hits. Okay, let's move down here and forget about me for a while. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, the Yonkers blown interference call. Yes, I watched that replay, and what were they doing there? The guy did nothing. He took the lead going to the half, and he didn't shut no air down. Whatever happened in the middle of the pack, some guy pulled and they caused it. They take the guy down? Get out of here, stewards. They go to steward school to learn how to be stewards. They still don't know what they're doing. Maybe they should hire me and my brother to go back and be stewards. And then we'll show them how to be fair with everything and everybody and make the right calls. Because these eyes know what they're looking at. Because obviously everybody I've seen don't know shit. Half the time. Okay. Hey, Davey to retire, we talked about that. Illinois gaming expansion, don't care about it, don't want to talk about it. The Dave McGee interview, yeah. What else here? Oh, here's what I want to address this before I leave. Got an hour before post here. I smell a disaster put up by Ira Smolin. And Ira said, every week more people are selling or sending horses elsewhere. We have no classes, small purses. Our horse population is dwindling. How's he going to fill the races when Hoosier opens? Right? That's a very good question, Ira. I've been hearing the same thing. The guys are going to be leaving. They're scared to death to stay. They don't know what's going to happen after June. They don't know what's going to happen after the riverboat impact fee money runs out, the purse money runs out. They're scared to death, so they're planning on going to Hoosier. Guys, I'm not going to mention which trainers I heard, but some guys are leaving, and that, and of course the horses are going to go. Yeah, and it's going to be a good question about that thing. But here's what I want to say. I think Jeff Gorell's got the same problem, so what's he going to do out at the Meadowlands, Ira? I looked at the program last Thursday. Couldn't even fill 10 races at the Meadowlands. The Meadowlands racetrack could not fill 10 races, and most of the races were short fields. What is he going to do when Chester and Pocono open up? Huh? So he's got just as big a problem as Chicago has, if you ask me. All right? And he's probably got a bigger problem because he's got more overhead, I would say. But he's handling $3 million, on the weekends. But he's got the same problem. No classes. Yeah, well, what kind of races they're writing at the Meadowlands? Hardly see any good claiming races. You see a few now, okay, since they've done away with the ABC. But I think old Jeffy Gorell in the Meadowlands has got a problem too with the horse population dwindling. It's going to dwindle real bad when Chester and the other track opens. You're going to see short fields there, right? And they can't fill races there now and stuff. So it's not only Chicago, Ira. Oh, Jeffy Gorell. What do you think? Think Jimmy Cheese will agree with me on that one? Ask Jimmy tonight when you're sitting at Balmoral freezing to death in the clubhouse there at Balmoral. Ask him if he agrees with what I'm saying here. All right? So that's what Ira wrote. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Why sit back and worry about it, Ira? Get up, go to the track when they're open, go make your bets, try to win some money. Don't worry about nothing. At your age, my age, anybody's age, forget about it. And just remember, as the snow flies on a cold and gray Chicago morn, another poor little horseman is born to an unwed mother on the backside in the ghetto. And his mama cries. For if there's one thing that she don't need is another hungry horseman to feed in the ghetto. At Maywood, at Balmoral. Alright, so anyway, let's see if there's anything else here before I shut it down. Nah, I'm at the end of the first page and there's nothing. Eric Potter's with his court case stuff, that's way at the bottom now. And whatever. So, there's nothing else to talk about. Nothing else to talk about. I think I've rattled enough, said what I had to say, that I would say to anybody's face if I had to. But anyway, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this nice long video, because the guy said I disappeared and all that, where's he at and all this, so I figured I'd rattle on here because I got a lot of time, and see what I got to say, and entertain you guys if I entertained you, you know. So anyway, that's it. So until next time, I hope you guys make some money tonight at Balmoral. I'm hoping I do. Hoping the syndicate does. Hope I do good in the Cal Expo contest. It'll be pretty chalky out there like it is most of the time. And then you'll get a couple prizes maybe. But it's mostly all chalks there. But anyway, good luck in the contest tonight at Cal Expo and all the other contests in the future. And I wish I could win one so I could go to the Meadowlands and sit up there and have everybody come to the track. Dan Nance is up there in the handicapping contest. Let's go up there to Meadowlands and let's go harass Dan Nance and yell at him and call him names and and do stuff. Maybe we can do that. Yeah, he'll be there, so let's go do that. Yeah. Yeah, Dan will have to come out here with a couple of bodyguards on each side of him to protect them from us, because we might come out here and start yelling and screaming at him, and some guy might, I need something to say to him. Whatever. I hope I do win one of them. Love to go out there, see what it's like. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to shut down now and get ready for Balmoral Park, everybody. So take care, everybody, and good racing. Go over there and sign up for that $100 free handicapping contest and see if you can beat Pigland. Talk to you next week. So long, everyone.